有小朋友書嘅，咁咧我哋而家仲有個小遊戲啦，咁你 scan 完可能揾到作者名同埋作者本書名，咁就到 Kindle 咯。要嚟睇下我哋呢度咧，淨係第2年擺 booth 㗎咋，咁就主力嘅會幫一啲獨立嘅作者去推廣佢哋自己出嘅書咯，所以就比較特別。Hello，100蚊3本書，同埋你哋本身唔睇個電子書習慣？係起咗得到 Kindle 喎，可以入嚟睇下。
What are the most reactions that they have?
Just walk by and then
Okay. Yeah.
I introduce some background of ReadersMagnet.
Yeah, that lady is an English speaking lady. Yeah, can you come?
Who?
This. He goes out to the roof. Yeah, once she comes out.
英文邊度喎？100蚊3本英文書。有冇睇下英文書啊？入嚟睇下。喂，呢度有糖食。Hello。Hello，100蚊3本英文書嚟㗎。Hello，100蚊3本英文書喎，而家。而家100蚊3本英文書，咁最有機會可以玩個小遊戲就贏到 Kindle 咯。
English books.
Hello，100蚊3本英文。過嚟幫下睇下你着西裝，你入嚟。
Hi.
Hi.
Kim.
Ellen.
What's her name?
Ellen.
Ellen.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk. Yeah.
He doesn't.
Okay.
Just 攞起本書，跟住你睇到後面。仲係點
？Very nice.
書幾得意啊！嗰啲個人成長咧好正面嘅，跟住本書咧但係佢有唔同嘅故事喺入邊。
玩咩？
玩咩？
啊，我 sell 咗。
有50個小故事
有啊。
有啊。
冇。
OK。
呢個數字。
你揀啦，一條就揀佢。
English books.
有。
咪先。收工咯。即係話邊度啊？佢上邊。佢做咩喎？
佢着西裝，我要牌。
我做咩做？
冇啦，冇啦。
完㗎。OK。
What kind of books do you read?
manga。manga。
睇漫畫。睇書。I don't read books.
Like you.
You don't read books?
Netflix.
What Netflix? I actually you can start with one book. Actually, I started one book. The first book that I ever read was Moby Dick. You know Moby Dick? Yes. It was a Chris Hemsworth movie. They were killing the biggest whale in history. Have you watched that movie?
Chris Hansen.
Yes, Chris Hemsworth. Yeah,
You know.
you know that, right?
Yeah.
That came from a book. So most of the movies that we are watching right now on Netflix, those are from the books. Like Aragon. You watch Aragon before? Dragon, the one that has dragon mark on the hands.
Tattoo?
It's like a dragon mark in the hands. Those are from books. That was a self-published book. Came from like this.
How the book was published?
No, it was way back before. The book was published way back in 2001. So it was acquired by a movie producer. Then it become a movie. So those are self-published books. Yes. So if you would like to start reading something, I would recommend you to read some, small pages books where you can learn not only to learn the story itself, but also to practice your English, so that you can be like Dian.
No.
Yeah. So if I may suggest a book for you, this book.
What our journey?
Yeah, I can give it to you for $20.
Like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But if you can grab one friend to buy 3 books with us, I can give that to you for free.
Far away. Around here.
It's not here.
Yeah,
Is he in the convention?
He's working
Oh,
upstairs.
upstairs. I see. Children in Paradise. You read books? You don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But he likes board games. The office like board games.
Board games. I see. Yeah, you can start with that. Actually, you can go. There's an app. If you really don't want to, that what I usually do is because I don't read so much books. I like literally I don't really read books. But what I do is I hover my phone and scan it and then convert it into an audiobook.
That's smart.
So what will happen is every time I hover, converted into an ebook, then ebook converted to audiobook. It's funny because it's like you're watching movie without vision. You're just listening to it. You listen to music, right?
Sure.
What's your favorite artist?
Oasis.
Oasis. Yeah,
Yeah.
not familiar with Oasis. I love Eminem.
And a rap.
Yeah,
Rap god.
Rap God. Oh yeah. You watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I learned from that. There's a lot of, people that would like to read, but sometimes they are lazy enough to read books, just like us. So tends they listen to music. So I think there's an app that you can download here in Hong Kong, where it converts into even a Chinese language.
This is not Spotify, right?
Not Spotify, yeah. So let's say, for example, my phone. How I did to my phone is I converted the my day the Instagram post
Oh, that's
of
fine.
yen into English. Yeah, I just translated it. So what I did,
Oh, you use the one that's installed in iPhone, right?
yes, that is
You don't need another app to do it.
yes. So like this, I just where's the look? Then it's now converted into English.
Yeah, that's cool.
The same thing as in English to Cantonese. So let's say, for example, we change.
Are you ready? Hello and welcome everyone. This is the live section. This is the art of self-destruction. So you guys and myself, we're gonna spend the next 15 minutes together and talk about the art of self-destruction. If you have not heard of this book yet, this is a must-have. It's the funniest and best book you can find at this Hong Kong book fair. So look at this. We have so many people here. We have been selling these books all day long. We have really amazing people here. I honestly could not believe how many people are coming here. This is only day 2 of a 7-day event. So, but let's talk about the art of self-destruction. So I just published this May this year and it's already a huge hit. It's available on Amazon. We're gonna put the link somewhere in there so you can check it out. But really how it works, this is a fun, sarcastic way on self-improvement books. So while all the self-improvement books, they kind of like paint these beautiful pictures, how your best life should look like, and maybe you have even no idea how to get there. This one is a little different. It's a unique, fun, sarcastic way on the self-improvement books. So it's technically a handbook to live your worst life, but what we are using is reverse psychology. So secretly, we make you better. We have 50 chapters of the art of self-destruction. So these are the 50 articles of self-destruction. They are fun ones such as make excuses, self-sabotage, and of course, always to blame others. And the fun part is the numbers choose you. So you guys in the audience, throw me a number and I will read your destiny. But let's walk around a little bit and check out the Hong Kong Book Fair. Hey guys, how's it going? Look how many people are here. This is amazing. And I have to say, Hong Kong is actually my favorite city. Like I love how, yeah, like how urban, like how big, how great it is. And the people here are all so friendly. And like, let's check it out. Sir, can I stop you for a second? No, okay, he's busy. Go this way. There's so many people here. Hey guys, you guys speak English? No English? All right. Where's my camera? We're having some trouble finding someone who is speaking English, but we'll make it work. Look how many people are here. Oh, that's what. So, and this just popped up. So let me read you this, guys. Fear is your friend. Fear is your best friend and will always help you to take in action. You will never do anything scaring or exciting when you listen to your fears. So I'm not listening to my fears right now. This is scary and exciting, you know, to talk to strangers. So we'll make this happen. Your fears helps you to remain stagnant and stay in your current situation. This means growth will become impossible. Rather than facing your fears and working past them, you want to invite them in and let them determine all your decisions and actions for you, so you can stay firmly within your comfort zone. Fear is what makes you feel alive. Why do you think roller coasters exist? Most people in life are seeking thrills and adrenaline rushes. You, on the other hand, need to make sure to avoid all scares and excitements under all circumstances. Instead, stay constantly in the preferred dull state of wondering, what if? Pro tip: bravery is not the absence of fear, but overcoming it. Don't be brave. All right, let's be brave and find someone. Let's go. Hey guys, you guys speak English? Can I introduce you to my book? It's The Art of Self-Destruction. It's a sarcastic spin on self-improvement books. While self-improvement books paint that picture of a perfect life you have, this is a gentle kick in the butt, how to get out of your comfort zone. So we have fun little chapters. We have the 50 articles of self-destruction. Fun ones such as be a prisoner of your past, make excuses, always blame others, and self-sabotage. But the fun really begins when we give it up to destiny. So give me a number between 1 and 50, and I'm gonna read your chapter that's meant for you. What's your number? Number 2. All right, let's see what number 2 is. Number 2 is let other people's opinions determine your life. Good choice. The reality is people aren't losing sleep over your life choices nearly as much as you think. You're just not that important within the greater scheme of things. However, this shall not stop you from putting on a facade to feel accepted in society at all times. Everything you do needs to be based on your inflicted expectations and judgment of others. If you're considering something and your first thought is, what would they think? You're on the right path. The secret recipe for pure, undiluted unhappiness is never being your true self, ever. Pro tip. Don't live your life for you. Constantly live to please other people's expectations, which you don't even know are real. Good choice. What is your number?
4.
Number 4. Let's see. Oh, number 3. Spend more than you make. Work harder, not smarter. Regardless of your job, your industry, or your household chores, there aren't enough hours in a day to get everything done. As a result, you will feel overwhelmed and angry. Make sure to nourish those feelings and keep adding more stuff to your plate. Your goal is to constantly feel behind. Being busy and stressed demonstrates your value within society. Do not change the way you perform your work. Avoid becoming more efficient, but rather double down on effort. Productivity, efficiency, and optimization are toxic suggestions. Don't think outside the box to complete your task and stick with the program. Measure and monitor your own performance in regard to the hours you've worked instead of tangible results. Pro tip. You will have mastered this subject when you feel like a hamster trapped on a spinning wheel too fast to get off. What do you guys think? You like it? Is it funny? Yes? Okay, very funny. We have the books available at B, like if you go all the, what is the booth? 1CC37. So yeah, come out later. We're gonna take a little walk, but I will be there and I hope to see you guys later. Stop on by. Thanks for playing. All right.
Good.
Awesome. Yeah, this feels good. So they love it. We have a big crowd here. Should we find some more, guys? Yeah, let's go. Do we have any numbers from the audience? Shout us a number.
Yeah, we have 29.
29. All right. If you don't have an ego, what do you have? Your ego is an unhealthy belief in your own importance. Make your ego your best toxic friend. It will force you to make everything about you and help you to overshadow everything and everyone else. This will take away all your sense of reality. Your big ego eventually shies away all people from your life and will leave you isolated. No one wants to be friends with an egoistic and selfish person. In the end, it will only be you and your ego. Congratulations. Pro tip. Don't confuse ego with confidence. Confidence comes from inner peace, experiences, and knowledge. Ego is purely built on emotions and beliefs. You can't have a big ego without having anything to show for. All right, let's find someone else. People literally got it. So what we learned so far at the show is Hong Kong people seem to be very shy, but these two gentlemen. Hello guys, you speak English? Can I introduce you to my book? This is a fun, sarcastic spin on self-improvement. This is called The Art of Self-Destruction. While the self-improvement books, they really, paint that picture of your best life and you have no idea how to get there. This is a gentle kick in the butt to actually get you out of your current zone. So we have 50 chapters. We have the 50 articles of self-destruction. Fun ones as work harder, not smarter, make excuses, and self-sabotage. While it sounds like a handbook to live your worst life, we're actually using reverse psychology. So we secretly make you better. And the fun begins because the numbers choose you. So give me a number between 1 and 50. And I'm going to read you your destiny.
Maybe 30.
30. Don't bother trying. Most successful people state that they failed more often than they succeeded. After all, you only have to be right once. Having a chance to accomplish anything great in life is only possible by starting something and trying it out. Without trying new things, there's no chance. It is impossible to develop a new skill, create a new product, or simply have a new experience without giving it a try. The famous quote from legendary hockey player Wayne Gretzky, "I missed 100% of the shots I did not take," says everything. This astounding number shows that not even trying is the first step to missing out on all your goals and dreams. Don't bother trying, and failure is inevitable. Pro tip, literally, don't give it a shot. What do you think? It's funny?
Yeah, I think it gives another angle to things.
Yeah.
And you have an Instagram account as well.
Yeah, there's the Instagram account, Malte 2_2546. Follow that. and we are at C1, C3. So like if you're there, like come on by later and I'll give you a book.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much for playing.
Yeah,
Thank you. All right, look at all those people here. This is amazing. This is a full-on book fair. This is what it looks like in the Hong Kong Convention Center. Come check it out. We'll find one more person and then we'll head back to our booth. Hey guys, you speak English? Can I introduce you to my book real quick? Okay, so you are into self-improvement books. This is the complete opposite. So technically, it's a handbook to live your worst life. But we are using reverse psychology, so we secretly make you better. The Art of Self-Destruction, the human guide to become the victim you never were. We have 50 fun little articles of the Art of Self-Destruction. Fun ones as make excuses, always blame others, take inaction, and selfishness. But the fun begins because the numbers choose you. So give me a number between 1 and 50. I'm going to read you your destiny. 23. Never trust your gut feeling. Always ignores your first instinct. You have your gut feelings for a reason. It protects you from danger, guides you toward opportunities, and generally points you in the right direction in life. We humans are natural survivors and intuitive beings. Your gut feeling is calibrated by your experiences, and awareness will change over time. Unless your gut feeling isn't completely controlled by fear yet, you usually want to do the complete opposite of what it tells you. Pro tip: greed and dishonesty will help you detach from your soul and spiritual self, and the less moral feelings show up in the first place. What's your number? You want to pick a number?
6.
Number 6. We have self-doubt. Whatever you do, always question yourself. Confidence and self-belief are the kryptonite to self-destruction. You should constantly worry about not being good enough and that you don't deserve nice things in life. Every challenge you face shall come with an overwhelming feeling of you being incapable of achieving it. Over time, all your self-doubts will stack up and lead to anxiety and depression. Let your insecurities grow bigger and bigger. Let serious health issues like weight gain, high blood pressure, or depression take over and weigh heavy on your daily life. Ignore those early indicators for a sure path towards an early checkout. Pro tip: worry about everything, care about nothing. Tell yourself constantly you are not good enough. Self-doubt is the highway to hell. Enjoy the fast lane. What do you guys think? It's funny? It's good? Awesome. The Art of Self-Destruction. Follow on Instagram, Malte2_2506. And we have a booth here. If you guys stop by there later, we will give you a book. What's our booth number?
1CC37.
1CC37. Yeah, stop by there later. I'll give you guys a signed copy of the book. Awesome. See you guys later. Bye. That's right. Let's show them Hong Kong. Do we have another number from the audience that we want to read? Oh yeah, let's check out the comments. They do seem quite shy and reserved. Probably culture and social thing for them. Yes. It is jam-packed here, Pam. You are absolutely right. Good question from Cassandra. Hey, Malte, I have a quick question. Is there any reason why you choose to mix humor and a good message to write your book? Yes. So the reason for that, Cassandra, is that we don't like to hear negative things in our life. Our brain works like when we hear something negative, we shut off immediately and stop breathing. And when we add humor, you cannot stop breathing. With you, it's really you keep on going, and that's how we get you through or past that negative thought. Great, great question. I love it. All right, so let's see. This is Hong Kong, by the way. This is Causeway Bay. Yeah, if you haven't seen this yet, this is amazing. Oh. See, we're already getting in trouble. Already getting in trouble. Always getting in trouble. I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go upstairs real quick. All right, so maybe we can read another one. Want to pick a number?
Jake, what's the number?
Hey, throw me a number between 1 and 50. 1 and 50. Any number between 1 and 50. 1. All right, number 1.
29.
29. All right, number 29 is, if you don't have an ego, what do you have? We already had that. Someone already had that. Let's go with number 1. Number 1, Uncarpe Diem. Uncarpe Diem. Today's story is already written and there's nothing you can do to change it. Don't think your actions matter or you have any impact on how the day unfolds. Don't even get out of bed. Unseize the day. Remember, nothing you get done today is worth doing anyway. All work chores and tasks are best put on the back burner for another day. Nothing is less important than living in the present moment and making the most out of today. No benefit will come your way if you seize the opportunities today present. Tomorrow is another day. Pro tip, binge watch your favorite TV show. All right, let's go back down.
Hey, any number.
Throw me a number between 1 and 50. Any number between 1 and 50. 50!
All right.
Burn all bridges, like kind of what we're doing with the security guys. All things eventually end. It is up to you how you handle closure. Make sure you never leave on a good note. When you burn bridges, you're essentially making a 180-degree turn, make it impossible to go back.
Hey,
29. All right, your number 29 is, if you don't have an ego, what do you have? Your ego is an unhealthy belief in your own importance. Make your ego your best friend. It will force you to make everything about you and help you to overshadow everything and everyone else. This will take away all your sense of reality. Your big ego, oh, we have to go. Come on over here, guys. We'll meet there. We're actually getting in trouble here.
hey, here.
All right. This will take away all your sense of reality. Your big ego eventually shies away all people from your life and will leave you isolated. No one wants to be friends with an egoistic and selfish person. In the end, it will only be you and your ego. Congratulations. Pro tip, don't confuse ego with confidence. Confidence comes from inner peace, experiences, and knowledge. Ego is purely built on emotions and beliefs. You can have a big ego without having anything to show for it. Boom. Thanks for playing, guys. Follow on Instagram. If you have Instagram. Yeah. Good. That's the one, yeah. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for playing, guys. See ya. All right, let's head back to the booth. What do you guys think? Should we find one more person to check it out for them? Let's see what we have. Look at that amount of people. So many people here. So many people. I have another awesome session here. Yeah, let's go back to the booth and see if we can find someone there. Woo. Funniest book at the whole fair, check it out. This way, right? All right, we made it back. Hey guys, you speak English? English? A little bit? No? A little shy? All right. Look, we're almost sold out of all the books. We started with 100 books here. So like they are literally ripping this out of our hands. We cannot keep this in stock. Also, if you guys are watching from the US, Canada, or Europe, you can get the book on Amazon. There's a Kindle version or a sexy printed version as I'm holding in my hands right now. The Art of Self-Destruction, the funniest book at the Hong Kong Book Fair, is the sarcastic spin on self-improvement books, and it really meets the people where they are. See you later. See you guys.
Ready? I believe we are on. Yeah? Are we alive? Okay. So, oh my God, that was an amazing experience with Malte. So definitely gonna be expecting for more coming from him because he's gonna be there here for the rest of Hong Kong Book Fair 2024. Tomorrow is gonna be more fun, more people coming over the Reader's Magnet booth, and that was just a teaser, you know. So we thought about doing that because it's gonna be fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a lot of people. That's how big Hong Kong Book Fair is. There's definitely a lot of people here. Very much, you know, a good market for books because it seems like people here really wants to read and, you know, to read and grab a copy of books. And I'm just so thankful that we have Malte around. It was totally, totally fun. Now, at this juncture, I know for sure you guys are excited because we're going to be doing our book plug segment. So I will be mentioning and showing to you a few books coming from our authors that are on display here at Hong Kong Book Fair 2024. Now, I'll start off with one of my favorite authors because he's been with us since, if I'm not mistaken, that was October of 2022. That was the first time I met him. That was in Tribeca, New York. It was so much fun to having him, and since then he has been having several occasions and events with us with Reader's Magnet, and he has been one of our loyal patrons. And thank you so much for Mr. Edward Lipinski, and he's been our favorite author because he's just so fun to be with. And if you can remember all the confabs that he's been with, all the book signing sessions he's been with Reader's Magnet, he is always so dear to us and is always looking forward to the success of our events. And likewise, we really want him to be successful as well. So I will be mentioning several books coming from Edward Lipinski. He is an author of four books that are on display here with Reader's Magnet. And I'll start off with some of the best that he has. And the first one would be Echoes of the Past 1. So it says 1 because I'll be showing to you Echoes of the Past 2 later on. So the front cover really is so engaging. Yeah, and I will be reading to you a quick background of Mr. Edward Lipinski. He has worked in publishing and advertising for more than 40 years, and he has worked as an art director, a graphic designer, an illustrator, and a writer. He wrote and illustrated the home improvement column for the New York Times for over 5 years. And he is the author of Picasso, the Cat Who Wanted to Be an Artist, and a children's book, and the New York Times Home Repair Almanac and Tiling, the Installation Handbook, Werewolf on Madison Avenue, and Echoes of the Past 1, 2, and the newest one earlier, which is the Espionage in Miniature. So I'll be reading to you Past 1 synopsis, so you guys have an idea. And as you can see here, don't forget to scan the QR code of this amazing book so you can order it through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and the author's website, definitely at the Reader's Magnet bookstore. Now, Echoes of the Past 1, it talks about Audrey Toller, who was 22 years old, and she had recently graduated from Berkeley with a major in journalism. She was a very attractive girl with a slender body, with a slender figure, blue eyes, and a pretty face framed in auburn hair. And in school, she had been a good student, always getting top honors. Now, she dated frequently but never had a steady boyfriend. And whenever any guy seemed to get close, she broke off the relationship. And there was a reason that she shied away from any relationship. She wasn't sure about her past. And Audrey had never known her father. And she asked her mother what happened to him. She was told that her father deserted the family just before Audrey was born. And her mother added that he met another woman and he disappeared. That was all that she would say. Audrey resolved that she would search for her missing father, even if it required traveling to 4 corners of the globe to find him. Now, I know you will also be very interested to check out another starred review book, which is the sequel to the first one. This is Echoes of the Past 2. Now, Echoes of the Past 2, after graduating from college, Audrey Toller resolved to search for her father, a man who disappeared before she was born. And when she discovered that he was living in Malaysia, she decided to go there. And meet him and learn the reason that he disappeared over 22 years ago. Audrey could not know when she began her adventure that it would take her into the deep jungle where she would encounter savage pirates and come face to face with a vicious tiger. That's a lot. Now, when Audrey finally met her long-lost father, he revealed a truth that shocked her. This startling revelation caused her to question her relationships with the people that she lived with her whole life. Now, that's Echoes of the Past 1 and Echoes of the Past 2 of Edward Lipinski. Scan the QR code that you can see on my left side so you can order the book that's made available in Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and at the author's website. And also do check out the Reader's Magnet bookstore. All right, so moving along to the last two books of Mr. Edward Lipinski. No, actually I have 5 books of Mr. Edward Lipinski. Now the third one I'll be talking about, I believe this is his newest release. This is Espionage in Miniature, okay? By the way, the books of Mr. Edward Lipinski are really good. Sometimes it can be like a suspense thriller kind of book, so it's really engaging, and you definitely would want to grab a copy so you can enjoy the story created by Mr. Edward Lipinski. Now, for this book, Jake was an agent in a covert government organization, the Bureau of Research and Information Acquisition. Jake was confident that he was experienced and resourceful enough to handle any mission. But then an assignment materialized that wasn't like any of his previous missions. The mission objective was a building in a remote upstate area. Intelligence sources suspected that the building was the headquarters of a terrorist organization. It was an impenetrable fortress and no one could get in or out without being detected. The masterminds in the BRIA organization devised a daring plan. They constructed a machine that could reduce a full-grown man to 6 inches tall. Now that's something. Now Jake was the agent who would be reduced. As a miniature man, oh, that's why it's called espionage in miniature. Okay. Now, as a miniature man, he would fly onto the roof of the enemy fortress on a drone and crawl down the HVAC duct into the building where he would penetrate the computer and install transmitter devices. The plan looked foolproof on paper, but what would happen when Jake actually tried to execute it? For you to know what happens next, you have to have a copy of Espionage in Miniature. So scan that QR code by my left so you can grab a copy of this book. It's available in Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and in the author's website and in the Reader's Magnet bookstore. Now I'm down to the last 2 books of Edward Lipinski. I will be talking about this one. It's Visions of Destiny. Okay, now Visions of Destiny, this is quite long. So probably I'm just going to read a few sentences. From all appearance, Henry Gainsford seemed to be a typical average boy. But at the tender age of 8 years old, Henry had an uncanny vision where he glimpsed into the future and saw an event happen moments before it actually occurred. As Henry matured, he had many more visions of the future. Brief glimpse into destiny, however, Henry's prognostications were not always pleasant or fortunate, and soon his friends and acquaintances became guarded and wary of Henry and his weird predictions. Interest and curiosity turned into skepticism and suspicion. People avoided him because they didn't want to hear his dark forecasts of the future, and he soon became a social outcast. For you to know more about the story Visions of Destiny, you have to grab a copy of this book, scan the QR code that you can see by my left. Finally, the last book that I'll be doing a plug for Mr. Edward Lipinski is his first one, which is Werewolf on Madison Avenue. This one's republished by Reader's Magnet, and I so like the book cover. So again, that's Werewolf on Madison Avenue. Jeff Foxlove and his ace advertising copywriter for the Kedmore Advertising Agency, an agency notorious for churning out crass, vulgar, and raunchy advertising campaigns. Jeff masters the art of writing tasteless advertising copy and has no reservations about wallowing in the mud of sleazy advertising. He makes a good salary and has attracted the attention and affection of an aspiring but dim-witted actress. Life is good for Jeff Faxel. However, all that is about to change. The turning point in Jeff's life comes when he vacations in Yucatan. While exploring the dense jungle on a moonlit night, Jeff is savagely attacked and bitten by a mysterious feral creature of the night. He manages to escape from the clutches of the beast, and the next morning he is amazed to find that his wounds have miraculously healed. Jeff returns to New York City, assuming that he can resume his normal life. But on the next full moon, he experiences the agony of a horrible metamorphosis. Now, the magic of the full moon has transformed Jeff into a bloodthirsty werewolf, and he roams the city looking for human prey. He finds 2 innocent victims in the park and attacks and kills them. The next morning, he resolves to turn himself into the authorities, but his boss, the notorious schlockmonger Damon Cudmore, persuades him not to go to the authorities. He tells Jeff that he will find a way to keep the werewolf from killing again. Is this possible? The Werewolf on Madison Avenue is the story of Jeff's journey as both a werewolf and the genius behind a wildly successful advertising campaign. Can he be a werewolf during the night of the full moon and still keep his day job? Still, the thought of being a vicious killer beast plagued Jeff, and he becomes increasingly desperate to lift the curse of lycanthropy that is slowly consuming him. Jeff discovers that his only hope to become normal again is to return to the Yucatan jungle in search of a miracle cure. This is quite a good read, definitely. That's why from then it's received and garnered a lot of good reviews from this one that made Edward Lipinski write several books thereafter. So again, congratulations, Mr. Edward Lipinski, for having written several books with ReadersMagnet. Okay, now I will be plugging the next couple of books, and I'll start with Echoes Across the Tracks, Life Lessons Through the Unexpected Connections by David Simorovich. I'm gonna look for that one though. Okay, there you go. That's Echoes Across the Tracks. Okay, let me read first the background of Dave Moravec. He's an accomplished business leader with over 40 years of experience in a variety of industries, including educational technology and printing. A Chicago native transplanted in Cincinnati, Dave's consultative approach to fractional sales management and Chamber of Commerce growth has him in high demand as a respected speaker, storyteller, and entrepreneurial therapist. Dave currently serves as president and CEO of the Coleraine Chamber of Commerce and consults with clients as sales manager for rent. Now, Echoes Across the Tracks of this book, The Life Lessons to Unexpected Connections. Unexpected connection with a New Orleans cab driver leads Charlie to hear echoes across the tracks. Expecting a routine flight to O'Hare, Charlie finds himself instead drawn into a 20-hour adventure aboard a high-speed train covering an amazing 944-mile journey. Along the way, he encounters unlikely characters that hop on and off at 18 historic train stations. These magical stops lead to newfound friendships and lessons, prompting reflection on our own life experiences and choices. Echoes will leave you with a smile and a sense of purpose as you join Charlie in this unforgettable trip to Chicago. Congratulations, Dave Moravec. Again, you can scan the QR code that you can see here on my left, so you can grab a copy of Echoes Across the Tracks. You can scan the QR code and you'll be routed to either Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or to the author's website. Now, the next book that I will be plugging after Echoes Across the Tracks is going to be Soul License Tips and Tales. Now, this is a very interesting coffee table read. This is very thin. You definitely can just read that in the next, like in a few minutes, by David Tuttle. Now, David Tuttle has been with us, and the first time I met him was in the London Book Fair in March, and he is such a very quiet, shy person, but he's so nice. Now, shout out to Mr. David Tuttle. Now, the author lives in Boise, Idaho foothills, where he enjoys many athletic pursuits. He was a U.S. Army combat medic in Asia, a newspaper journalist, a press agent for both the Ohio Secretary of State and an Ohio Legislative Caucus, a CLU CHFC financial advisor, and a Reiki master or teacher. He has a BS degree from Ohio University and a master's degree from OSU. Tuttle has been to all 50 states and 25 countries, including Uganda, Kenya, and Egypt. He has skydived in New Zealand and scuba dived in the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. He was in Chile, South America, volcano skiing when 911 occurred. But his greatest adventures have been traversing his spiritual path, and that continues. Now, if you're interested to know what Soul Licensed is by David Tuttle, tips and tales. Soul Licensed follows the author through his experiences with spiritual energy, spirit guides, psychics, and angels, allowing readers to come away with a feeling of hope and peace. The book shows readers how to recognize messages sent from their deceased relatives on a daily basis. In addition, the author shares his wisdom of easy ways which will help readers relieve stress and manage their daily lives, knowing that they are not victims of their surroundings, but are simply following or not following their spiritual paths. The book takes readers through the author's life lessons, showing examples that nothing happens by accident, and we are all connected on our earthly journeys. So that is Soul Licensed Tips and Tales by David Tuttle. So do scan the QR code that you can see on my left so you can grab a copy of the book. Now, at this juncture, I will be reading the next book that I'll be plugging, and that is Angel of Mortality, Defender of Life, Creator of Chaos. Wow. Look at that book cover. So that's Angel of Mortality, Creator of Chaos by David Witherington Stewart. Now, David Stewart is a Florida-based author, and he graduated in 1959 from the University of Florida with a bachelor's degree in physics. During the period 1957 to 1995, he was a lead engineer, supervisor, and manager for Atlas, Titan, Apollo, and Space Shuttle. Wow. From 1995 to 2009, he owned L&D Consulting and company that specialized in grants and proposals. He received certificates in novel writing from Humber College and the Writer's Digest School, and started writing in 2006. Now, I know you guys are excited to know Angel of Mortality, Creator of Chaos. Now, it's about Dr. Reza Ilyushkin invents a device, the SANG, or S-A-N-G, that creates xenoborgs, continent-sized organisms that incorporate nanobots, artificial intelligence, and robotics into an efficient living machine. Stepan Pavlovich, boss of the Apparat, an international crime syndicate, obtains a copy of the SANG and uses it for his evil purposes, including mass murder, to reduce the world's population to those loyal to him. Reza must stop him before he destroys civilization, or the Xenoborgs get out of control and end life on Earth. In the meantime, the Xenoborgs develop personalities and a social order of their own. So that is Angel of Mortality, Creator, Defender of Life, Creator of Chaos by David Stewart. So grab a copy by scanning the QR code that you can see on my left. Now I'm down to the next book, and that is Somewhere in the Middle. It definitely is in the middle of the stack. Now, somewhere in the middle, I found Me by the best-selling author Doris Lavon. Now, she's a sweetheart. We've met her in Alzheimer's Festival of Books. Now, somewhere in the middle, whether you are single, single head of household, married, with or without children, this book is for you. It is my assignment from the Lord, my God, and he said, it would bring healing to me and to the nations. He called this assignment urgent and said to hurry up and do this because the book will save lives. If you're reading the back of this book, you are already in the right place for such a time as this. You are already in position for one of the greatest comebacks in your life. Are you ready to get your healing and breakthrough into victory? So follow me to the inside pages of the book where I will take you behind the scenes in my life. Through transparency, I will share with you how God brought me and my family out. By Doris Lavon. So grab a copy of Somewhere in the Middle of Found Me. Scan the QR code that you can see here. Now the next book that I'll be plugging is by Dr. Jerry Brown Howe. That is to consistently hear God, Gen Z to OG. 3 ways to consistently hear God. That's an interesting title. There you go, found it. There. Okay. How to consistently hear God, Gen Z to OG. Interesting. Now, this is a story written by the author, Dr. Jerry Brown Howe. So let me read to you a few sentences. Are you looking to cultivate your relationship with God and have a better understanding of the plans He has in your life? Would you like to learn how to trust the process, let go of your doubts, and finally operate in faith? If you've been looking for a book that empowers you to recognize God's presence in your life, then look no further. This is the book for you. In this compelling guide, not only will you encounter inspirational personal experiences and insights shared by others that will inspire you to confront your doubts head on, but you'll also learn how to acknowledge and explore your doubts as a catalyst for growth and spiritual development. Now, so grab a copy by Dr. Jerry Brown. All you have to do is to scan the QR code that you can see here on my left. Again, this is Dr. Jerry Brown at Brown Howe. It's How to Consistently Hear God, Gen Z to OG. Now, the next book that I'll be plugging is coming from the author who was here with us earlier today. That's Dr. Olusila Israel Fadare, Salvation. We talked about this earlier, but I'm going to be doing a plug. Again, that's Salvation, Your Passport to Heaven by Dr. Olusila Israel Fadare. I'll just read the synopsis since you were able to meet him earlier today. Now, salvation, this invitation to salvation of Christ should not be complicated. It should be simple, though, not simplistic. Just what does it mean to be saved? That is, what does it mean to be born again? This book answers just that. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. At least once in each chapter. This book will be of help to all readers, an eye-opener and a kind of a prompter to lead the unregenerated to Christ, a useful tool and resource for personal evangelism for the one who is born again and inclined to obey the Lord Jesus' commission to all believers. By personal prayer before and during the writing of this book, and by the prophetic word of knowledge, confirmation from a spiritual woman of God, no one who is unbeliever will read this book and not get saved. Again, that's Salvation, Your Passport to Heaven by Dr. Olusila Israel Fadare. So grab a copy by scanning the QR code that you see here on your screen. Now, okay, one of our dearest authors of Reader's Magnet, the next book that I will be plugging is Giving is Not Just for the Very Rich, a how-to guide for giving and philanthropy by Dr. Susan Gittleson. Now, Dr. Susan Gittleson's book, there's a message or a review coming from Dr. Anthony Marks, President and CEO of the New York Public Library. Now, Dr. Susan Gilson reminds of how much good philanthropy has done and how much remains to be done. The book will inspire the needed great work ahead. Another one. Now, this book, in the synopsis, a valuable resource for you. Giving is not just for the very rich, is an inspiring, easy-to-use guide that gives you numerous creative ideas on how to reap the many benefits of giving. It is all about your feeling connected to worthwhile programs, achieving a sense of purpose, and deriving immeasurable pleasure from helping others. Now, Dr. Susan Gilson offers you a reason to give, considers values and concerns, and advises you on how to give wisely. She presents you with examples from the wealthiest donors, innovative givers, social entrepreneurs, celebrities, government officials, nonprofit professionals, volunteers, and social media networkers. So it's a very interesting story for you, for those who are wanting and dreaming to be a philanthropist. So again, giving is not just for the very rich. This is a must-read for you. All you have to do is to grab a copy by scanning the QR code that you can see on your screen. Now the next, I think I'm down to the last few books that I will be plugging today. Now the next one would be Son of Enoch, the Last Prophet. Now this is quite an interesting character. Yeah, there are a few conspiracy theories that I heard about Enoch. So if you are interested in this kind of story, this is for you. Now, The Son of Enoch, The Last Prophet by E.O. Shiflett. Now, let's talk about the author first. E.O. Shiflett was a career executive in fiber optic technologies, holding several patents and initiated multiple successful business development ventures. He is an active Christian renewal, served in various positions of church leadership, and started several church plants. He has published position papers and contributed to books on fiber optic technology, as well as written an action-adventure novel, Uncover the Tale of Caution, which won a Reader's Choice Award. He has served on the board of directors for Water is Life and Lost Children. Mr. Shiflett has 2 children and 5 grandchildren and resides in North Texas. Now, you should grab a copy of this book, Son of Enoch, the Last Prophet. I'll just read a few lines. What if you knew you would be the last prophet and tomorrow wasn't guaranteed? Blessed is he who reads and those who hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written in it, for the time is near. That's Revelation 1 verse 3. Thomas Hunt is a homeless person trying to survive from one day to the next. When overwhelming pain causes him to surrender to God, he is shocked to learn that he will be God's last prophet. A sense of urgency is ignited in his soul, and with the help from a set of brother and sister twins and an old flame, Thomas begins to change lives and show the world the true power of God's Holy Spirit. But their new movement is a threat to the existing power structure that has turned the world into chaos and conflict. This battle between the secular world and God's plan has been determined since the beginning of time. However, humanity must be saved one soul at a time, and those in control of the world have no intention of letting Thomas succeed. Son of Enoch is a stirring story that brings insights from the Old Testament prophets into today's secular world and highlights the necessity of faith. God loves all of us, but as the scripture points out, all of us should accept him. Some will accept him, but none must. Okay, so all you have to do is to scan the QR code that you can see on my left so you can grab a copy. And let me sip water first. Okay. I believe I'm down to the last 2 books that I'm going to be plugging this afternoon. That is 101 Things New Parents Need to Know. There you go. That's 101 new things parents need to know that hospitals won't tell them, by Chris Erlandson. Okay. This book tells the truth about parenting with a splash of humor. It is a comical, engaging, and relatable book. You will recall yourself in recalling the laughter as you reflect on the role you play in the lives of children. That's from the word of Calvin Nashville from Tennessee. And another review coming from Butch Clarksville in true Chris fashion, a humorous and practical look at parenthood. It's a fun read. So you can grab a copy of 101 New Things, 101 Things New Parents Need to Know. So scan the QR code that you can see on your screen so you can grab a copy of the book. And now finally, the one that I'll be plugging here is Treasures of Darkness. The Treasures of Darkness by Kobe McGee. Now let's talk about Kobe McGee is a Texas businessman, father of 3 adult children, and has walked with Jesus for the last 50 years. Having grown up in a broken home and under the curse of shame and fear, he sought out the deeper truths of life through his relationship with Jesus Christ. He not only found freedom from emotional bondage, but also discovered the kind, gentle, and loving nature of God. He discovered the truth that God not only hears the prayers of man, but that he will use whatever means it takes to make himself known to those who humbly call on his name. Kobe was honored and blessed to see God show up the brightest during the darkest times of his life. Again, this is Treasures of Darkness. For those who are seeking to find answers to the deep questions of life, this book is to encourage and enlighten you on your journey to find peace with your past, yourself, and with God. You will discover the default settings of humanity that we all have to overcome, and you will discover some essential truths about God that you will rarely ever hear in any church. You will discover healthy ways to face your fears, your shame, and much of the deception that we are exposed to in our lives. You will discover the true definition of righteousness in God's eyes, and you will witness the miraculous ways God reaches out to those who call on Him for help. Again, that's the last book that I'll be plugging this afternoon. That's Treasures of Darkness by Kobe McGee. Now, later on, after a very quick commercial break, we're going to be doing our last leg, and that's going to be a book shout out of authors who made it. These are not aspiring authors, but these are already authors that really want to be partnering with ReadersMagnet, and I will be doing that later on. But in the meantime, let's have a quick commercial break.
I told you this is no longer.
All right, and we are live, and we're doing our last segment in the afternoon live session here at the Readers Magnet booth. Again, you guys can drop by and visit 1CC37 of the Hong Kong Book Fair here at Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Center. And together with me is the ever dearing and beautiful Dian.
Hello guys, I'm Leanne.
Dian is our friend who can speak Cantonese, and she's been very helpful in communicating with our clients, book buyers who are here today. Now, Vian, we're going to be doing a shout out just like what we did yesterday.
Yes, sure.
But I would like you to greet our Cantonese speaking audience who are watching us live right now.
Okay. Hello， 大家好，我哋係 ReadersMagnet， 好開心今日都見到大家。唔知道你哋今日有冇嚟過我哋個 booth 咧？咁希望你都有 enjoy 到我哋呢度嘅介紹啦。
Wow.
That's all.
When you say la, I can remember that's period.
Yeah.
I can tell that should be the last part. Now, Vian, how was the experience so far? This is your date at Hong Kong Book Fair.
Yeah, this is my second day, and I can see the traffic is increasing.
It's increasing.
Yeah. And then a lot of people are interested in our booth because our display is different from the others exhibitor. And they say, oh, and then your book's title is so interesting, especially the art of self-destruction. A lot of people are talking about this book as well. And also some children, especially children. I spot that a lot of children just, oh, the book is so interesting, and ask their parents to come and then buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm so amazed that the younger generation are very interested in American books.
Yeah.
I could tell. The fact that they really wanted to also learn how to speak English and communicate with through English, and I can see that their parents are very supportive about that.
Yeah.
Is that something that you can feel in Hong Kong because you're a local here?
Because a lot of parents, they come to the Hong Kong book fairs when they look for English book. They want to improve their children's English speaking fluency. And then I remember there were a group of boys, and they are looking for some books that can improve his English skills for IELTS exam. Yeah, and then they actually bought some books as well.
That's perfect. And it's very purposeful, right? Because I can tell, I haven't taken IELTS exam. I don't think I would need to undergo one, but I can remember, I think there was one time I was teaching someone from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tina. Hopefully she's watching us right now. But I can remember that there's a part in the exam wherein you have to be able to write an essay. It's really more than that, and you get scored by your grammar, all the subject verb agreement, and all that. And the fastest way for her to learn how to speak and how to write was to converse with someone who can speak English, and at the same time she keeps reading American books, right?
Because when you put yourself in an English environment and then you read those in English, and then you can improve your English very quickly, I think. And then when you talk to foreigners, especially when the visitors just come to our booth and then, talking English, it's a chance for them to practice. Yeah, that's why they love our booth as well.
Exactly. Now, for our Hong Kong locals who are watching and Cantonese speakers, what then is your message to the parents or to those students right now who are dreaming to go abroad and be able to speak in English? What do you think you can suggest? Is this the perfect place for them to learn that?
Try speaking in Cantonese. Okay. 如果你哋可能係即係父母同埋小朋友咁，就想佢哋可能去外國讀書啊，又或者想改善佢哋嘅英文咧，其實都可以過嚟我哋呢個 booth 度睇下唔同嘅書籍，因為其實佢個種類有好多嘅，有可能心靈上面嘅書啊，跟住然後小朋友書都有嘅，咁跟住仲會有一啲可能比較有趣少少嘅一啲自傳咁樣啦，咁你就可以學啲英文喺入邊咁樣咯，係啦。咁如果你哋過嚟我哋個 booth 嘅話，就可以見到一啲唔同於其他參展商嘅書籍啦。
Whatever she said.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're doing a book shout out of a few books that we did yesterday.
Yes.
So you can see here, probably on the left side of Vian, the book cover of the book that we're doing a shout out. So we'll start with the first book, and that is by Brandon Rose. That is Experience May Vary, a fictional look into a nonfiction life.
係咁而家本書咧就係、作者係 Brandon Rose，咁本書咧我 translate 翻嘅話咧就會係每個人嘅經驗都係唔同嘅，咁就係一個當係小説嘅樣貌去睇一個唔係小説類嘅人生。
Exactly. Now, what book can you relate to with experience maybe very fictional look into a nonfiction? If you're into reading them, like would you remember a specific book in mind that you feel quite related to this one? It's like creating a fiction story out of a nonfiction life. It's on top of your head if you can remember anything.
No.
But what is your favorite book?
What's my favorite book?
It can be a Cantonese book.
Cantonese book. I think most of the Hong Kong people love to read something about financial freedom. That's related to financial freedom.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of people like they would like to earn money, but they know if you just earn money from the company, you can't get rich or get the life you want because the salary paid is low.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think everybody should learn that.
Yeah, learn investment and then
You invest.
yeah.
You learn investment. You can get to enjoy life from passive income.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of people in Hong Kong they want to buy financial freedom books and also some self-help book as well, which we sell as well, right? Because self-help book, a lot of people are going through depression and then some difficulties in their life.
Is that very common here in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Depression?
Yeah, because it's a fast-paced city and there is not many time for you to think or what's best for yourself. And for me, especially, I have encountered some difficulties as well, but I search my solution in books.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a salvation as well now for me. Yeah.
So you really are into reading too?
Reading books which can help me, yeah.
Exactly. So it's like a self-help book, and the first help you need to have is to find courage to look for the right books that can help you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's perfect. Now, another shout out we're doing for a book of Katie Sharon Ford, Song for Someone. You can see Katie Sharon Ford's book here on the screen, Song for Someone.
而家呢個就係作者 Katie Sharon Ford，咁佢本書就係一首歌去俾一個特別嘅人。
Now, Vian is a great singer.
Hello, I'm Vian.
So, do you sing, Vian?
No, terrible voice.
You have a terrible voice.
Terrible singing voice. I can't sing.
Now, just leave a comment below if you want to hear Vian sing, because anyone can just say that she has terrible voice, but wait until she sings. You guys have no idea.
If you guys want, I maybe next time.
Next time. She'll be here until Tuesday next week anyway, so
Yeah.
definitely. Probably at some point, Vian is going to give us a song
Maybe. I don't know.
in Cantonese. What's your favorite Cantonese song?
Cantonese song.
Yeah.
I think it's 一人之境。
Can you translate that into English?
Like you're alone in a place. Yeah.
You are alone,
in
in
a
a
place
place.
where you can feel relaxed. Something like this.
It's like a chill song.
Yeah, chill song for introvert.
It's for introverts. When was that released? Was that a new song? or
No,
something
I
like
mean
that?
last 2 years.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, but not too old
Not
either.
too old. It's not
Is the singer famous?
Yeah.
So,
uh,
who's the singer of that
林
song?
家謙 I think people may know, but I
But
don't know.
from Lam Gahin.
林家謙 yeah.
Mhm. Everyone should check out that song again. What's the title?
一人之境 I'll leave the English name.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like you live alone in a place. Something.
Yeah, because I just described the name of the song. I don't really remember the exact English name.
Translation,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's quite the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, our third shout out is from the author Patty Davis. Patty Davis is the author of Mountain Mover. You can see Patty Davis's book, but you can see on the screen. So it's Mountain Mover by Patty Davis. I know for sure this is metaphorical per se, but are you into like mountain climbing or what's your hobby?
I like
yeah.
hiking, camping,
I
outdoor.
can see here in Hong Kong that there's plenty of mountains, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's,
right behind the tall buildings,
yeah.
there's a mountain.
The landscape in Hong Kong is quite special because you can just go to hike quite nearby the city. When you're in, I don't know, in the US or Philippines,
They're far. They're very far
away. You have to take a lot of time to go to the mountain and go up there. But you don't have to in Hong Kong. A lot of foreigners admire the landscape in Hong Kong because they just think, oh, it's so special, and then the view are so good.
There's a lot of trees, right?
Yeah, a lot of trees. Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of the skyline here. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of, you know,
What do you mean?
skyscrapers. There's a lot of skyscrapers, and probably some of the best skylines in the world is in Hong Kong. But what's so perfect about Hong Kong, the harbor is quite near.
Yeah.
There's like a near harbor, and it's like a channel because you can go to the next island very near, the Chin Sa Tsui.
You can take
and
the
then
ferry.
the Hong Kong
from
island.
here.
You can take a ferry, and then at the same time, right behind the tall building is like a hill or a mountain. I was like looking at it at first, like, what is that green thing? Is that a mountain? I thought it was like a dark overcast cloud.
Okay.
Because it's a mountain, because it's just very near the harbor.
Yeah.
Harbor, buildings, and then mountains.
Yeah.
And then I've been to Victoria Peak, which is very near the city.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect overlooking
You can,
view of the entire Hong Kong island.
You can take the tram or you just go.
Tram was fun.
Yeah.
At first, it was weird when I rode it because you were like this, right?
Yeah.
Going to the mountain. But the second time I went there, we took a bus, which was quite boring because it's so common. The tram was a special experience because we were like it's leaning the whole time until we got to the peak, right? And then there's this mall there, and then that's like a perfect view of the entire Hong Kong island. Okay, now down to the last two, we have Self-Love, A Journey to Emotional Healing by Keisha Jackson. Self-Love, A Journey to Emotional Healing. Emotional healing, do you have any perfect story or experience that you can relate to emotional healing? Diane?
I think I just had an experience like a half years ago. Because I just graduated from university and then I got my first job, and it was quite frustrated when you work with somebody in a workplace. It's so different from university.
From school.
Yeah,
exactly.
From school. And then I was just crying and I was like, oh, why couldn't I do it? And then why is people doing this to me? Why they don't help me? Because we are in the same department. And I thought the college should help each other. Like when I ask, you will help. But and then the college just go look for the answer for yourself.
You know what? Sometimes it's not really that bad because I know it's a different shift from university to work. At work, most of the time, the people you're working with are, of course, adults. And they actually mind their own business.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's bad. Sometimes it's just going to teach you something in life.
Yeah. And then
You just have to be tougher.
Yeah, that's why I think I become tougher after the incidents, and also when I work longer, I think there will be more difficulties, and when I overcome that, I'll become a better self. Yeah, that's what I think.
How will you say that in Cantonese? They should learn that from you.
Okay, and 我覺得如果大家可能係喺一啲生活入邊遇到啲困難啦，咁但係其實都唔需要特別驚，因為嗰種困難係一個即係你可以當係一個滋潤你成個人生嘅一個元素喺入邊，咁令到你個人變得更加好咯。
Take it from Vian. You should take it from Vian. Now, finally, it's From Bitter to Better by Jacqueline Goodwin.
咁呢本書咧就係 Jacqueline Goodwin 啦嘅作者嚟嘅，咁佢本書咧就係由痛苦去到更加好。
Exactly. I think everyone can relate to this, although sometimes you can be very hypocrite or in denial, but there are times that we are bitter, right? Sometimes it comes in different shapes and forms. The word bitter, it can be about life, it can be about family, it can be about your siblings, it can be about your classmates, colleagues at work, or anybody, or even a situation or circumstance. It can be bitter because it's something that you always have been wanting to have or experience, but you just can't.
Mm-hmm.
So, if that's something you can relate to, then how do you get over being bitter?
I think I just find yourself a me time where you can stay alone and then look for something you like and then just concentrate to doing it, and then you'll get over the emotions, and then you can find something, oh, that's what I'm good at, and then you feel better.
That's right.
Yeah, because sometimes we are frustrated or we feel bitter because we're not good at it, and then people are saying things that are maybe in a sarcastic way, and then you just feel bad. But actually, I think you just have to believe yourself, which is I'm believing now, and I think every day I can do better, like this job.
Exactly. Now, from being bitter, I know for sure a lot of viewers are watching us right now. Maybe you can tell you that in Cantonese, how they can get over being bitter.
咁如果可能你自己本身遇到一啲困難啦，其實可能你揾一個時間俾你自己 me time 下，咁就唔好理其他人，咁然後做你自己中意嘅嘢，咁就focus 落去做，咁然後揾到一啲你可以控制到嘅嘢咧，其實你個人就會開心好多。因為好多時候我哋唔開心都係因為其他嘢你覺得控制唔到嘅啫，係啦，咁都希望大家可以唔知可能聽完我講之後都會take advice 啦，咁跟住可能令到你嘅心更加好咯。
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what? For me, sometimes you just have to accept that you cannot have everything.
Yeah.
Let alone you cannot have everything all at once.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you accept that, the better for you, because that's going to give you the opportunity to be more grateful with what you have. Where what you have is the circumstance that you're in is always based on what you are doing, what you're thinking about, the decisions that you are making. So might as well enjoy life. It's not a competition. You just have to really enjoy what you have. After all, good or bad, it's meant to happen. And if it's good, then perfect. You just have to take advantage of it. But if it's something that's not so good, then you can learn from it. Right? If it's a mistake, you can definitely learn from it. And that still in a way is a gift. Because it only proves to show that you are living, right?
Yeah.
You're living a life. You're living a life that's not perfect, but you're either willing to accept it and learn from it.
Because you have just one life and then just enjoy it.
Exactly. You enjoy your life, right? No matter the circumstances that you're in, sometimes you feel like you're against all odds, right? And the world is against you.
Yeah.
I think that's a little too much for you to think about. You're just a little too...
You just exaggerate it.
You may be overreacting, or sometimes you're a little too bad for yourself. Sometimes you have to be kinder to yourself.
Yeah, because we are always saying, "Oh, I'm not good enough."
Exactly.
Yeah. Like the movie in Inside Out. Have you seen that?
Too?
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's a box office hit.
The anxiety, the new character. And they always say, "Oh, you're not good enough," but actually, that's just voices. If you don't believe the voices, then you can do it better.
Exactly. That's where anxiety comes from.
Yep.
And I like that movie because it really shows what majority of everyone right now is feeling. And sometimes people are not accepting it's really happening.
Yep.
Sometimes people are being anxious without them knowing. Right? But there's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress that they say the world is actually putting on their shoulders, but really it's not the world, but it's them that's putting that on their shoulders. Sometimes you just have to let loose, just let loose. Again, you cannot have everything. Definitely cannot have everything all at once, especially stress and pressure. That's just spice in life. So enjoy it. If you don't make it, then okay. That's okay.
Whether
That's life.
It's good or bad, then it's life.
It is life. It's always going to be part of life. Okay, Van, thank you so much, Van. For this opportunity. Compared to yesterday, this time we're talking more about really the book and at the same time our personal experiences about it. Because I know for sure authors, that's really what they want. The relatedness of their story, and that's exactly very relatable to my experience and to Vien's experience. So Vien, why don't you invite everybody, because we're about to close our day 2 live session. We're here until 10 p.m. But why don't you invite everybody to be here on Friday, because if people are increasing, the crowd is increasing, if you notice, on Thursday. Imagine tomorrow, right? And Saturday and Sunday. So invite our Cantonese-speaking viewers right now to be here in Hong Kong Book Fair.
咁大家我哋今日個 book 啦就去到10點嘅，咁嚟緊嘅話都會完㗎啦。咁但係都邀請大家聽日過嚟書展嗰度嚟探下我哋啦。咁因為我哋都係擺咗展第2年嘅啫，咁跟住都希望多啲人認識我哋啦。咁同埋去睇下啲獨立作家嘅一啲嘅作品咯。咁希望聽日可以見到你哋啦。
Exactly. And tell them that they should be here because we're giving away Kindle.
哦，有。
Right?
你哋應該要過嚟，同埋要玩一個小遊戲啦。咁跟住咧就有機會贏到個 Kindle。咁贏咗之後，即係佢哋係抽獎嘅。咁抽到你嘅話，就會直接 email 你啦，跟住然後就會寄去你哋屋企啦。
Perfect. You guys should be here because we're giving away Kindle. And the first one will be drawn on Saturday from all the entries that we have from yesterday until early Saturday.
Okay.
We're giving away 1 Kindle device to a lucky winner.
好，咁星期六咧，佢哋就會抽第一輪㗎啦，咁就淨係會抽1位嘅幸運兒嘅啫。咁你哋所以聽日嚟嘅話咧，就都玩下呢個遊戲啦。咁希望你哋贏到 Kindle 啦。
Again, please stay tuned and please support Readers Magnet. We're going to be here until Tuesday. And that's it for today. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vin, for being here with me.
Problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye.